Yeah. So it's R.I.P. to Y&G, the son of Gillie the King. If you guys don't know, Gillie the King and Wallo, they were both they are both podcast hosts, and they host a podcast show. Y&G Cheese is the son of Gillie the King, and he unfortunately passed away. And like I said, me and Swole were just talking about the situation and about how it's not a great thing for us to advocate for like a degenerative and degenerative actions from African Americans when we talk about these things. And literally, if you want to pull up, Swole, what Gillie was talking about how like there were people in Philadelphia that were aiming for like the grandmothers and like the kids when it came down to like street beef and shit like that. And it was literally at a point in time where niggas didn't even fuck with people that they had beef with if they seen that the people that they had beef with was with their family. And now niggas is not even on that type of time. Niggas is like, okay, well, if you with your grandma, if you with your auntie, if you with your kid, nigga, we gonna run it. Nigga, like, this is gonna be a problem. Like, you, it don't matter who you with, we still gonna kill your ass.
Yeah.
Maybe put Gillie the King, beef, Philadelphia, I guess, family. I'm just thinking of keywords that might be.
That's good. That's great, because I was struggling.
This might be. Go to shorts, maybe. I'm not gonna be able to find it for real. I remember where he was like sitting on the couch talking about it too. Gillie did. I don't know. I don't know what you would say. Maybe Gillie the King talks about people aiming for families or something like that. I don't know enough about the Melly case besides Murder on My Mind, LMAO, so I don't know. Murder on My Mind actually came out before he killed the niggas, so Gillie calls out for family members being entitled to his many sons. Nah, that's not it. Man, I remember seeing it somewhere, bro, but unfortunately, could it be this one? People accounts for always putting out the whole someone gets shot or killed. Nah, that's not it either. Anyways, but I promise you, that's what he said. He was like, yo, this shit is getting crazy out here, and about how people are just total disregard for people in their family, and whoever you got beef with, this shit don't matter. Niggas is still killing other niggas and their family members in broad daylight. I don't know the situation. I know he was shot, unfortunately. There was, I believe, 3 young men that got injured, and unfortunately Y&G Cheese was the one that got his life taken away from him during the situation that happened. So it's R.I.P. to Y&G Cheese, and also shout out to Gillie the King and Wallo. You guys have a phenomenal and magnificent podcast, and prayers and condolences to your family, and we hope that things get better. And yeah, man, this is definitely a sad story to hear. I guess we could go to it, maybe click on something and see.
Before, I just want to say, their podcast is amazing. But even before the podcast, or like to me, Wallo and Gillie, they like OGs to like this community. You know
yeah.
And I feel like that's something that we have never had. Like older people who done what everybody has done, and they on the other side of it. They live to tell it. Like Wallo was in prison for a long time. Like and they coming out saying like, this ain't what you want to do. Like what you said with him. Like they coming out really speaking, like really being OGs. Yeah. And I just want to say that I appreciate that. Like that is so rare, and we don't get that, and we need that like desperately. Yeah. And for them to do that. And it speaks volumes. Like podcast is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what has been needed for the community, and we need more people in that light to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Not just.
That's what you advocate for. You were like, if anybody does say shit like that or rap about it or whatever, that's what they need to be pushing, as opposed to like.
But the thing is, I'm not saying that they shouldn't rap about it or shouldn't make music about it. I'm saying, let's not glorify it and make it seem like it's cool.
A cool
like,
thing to do.
Yeah, like you could say this is what you do, and you could we could turn up. Like, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
You know, we watch John Wick, it's entertainment. We not like, oh, I'm finna go fuck a nigga up with his pencil.
Yeah.
Like, no, nigga, that's a movie.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's cool to watch, but we not finna act like, oh, we finna go and do this now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga might watch a kung fu movie and now we want to fight a little bit, but like tomorrow, it's whatever. We just living our life again. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really trying to do this as a lifestyle. Like, that's the part that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
Nah, that's valid. That's valid.
I just want to say I appreciate them. Definitely praying for them. My condolences. Like, this is an absolute tragedy, and I can't even imagine, you know, the feelings and the emotions. But like, even for me, like, they have been influential to me and their knowledge and game and wisdom, and I am super, super grateful for that. This is just a tragedy that has happened to such great people to me in my eyes.
I hate the fact that we got to talk about like certain shit like this, and you know, but I mean, it's a part of the culture. It's one of the things that, like, you know, we know about and that we've heard about. And again, I know that Gillie is probably dealing with the worst right now with like the loss of his son, and I know it's a tragedy. So we keep on praying for you, bro, and hopefully, you know, you grieve, but you moan. You know, you grieve and you go through the situation that you go through, but then, you know, you come back on the podcast and, you know, we pray that you're strong, and, you know, you kind of help us get through certain tragedies and certain things like this, and kind of express how you felt and what you and the process that you went through in order to help us cope with like certain deaths and things like that in our family is what we hope you come back to do. But if you don't, you know, it's all in your ballpark what you want to do and how you want to react to the situation. But we definitely do. We feel for you, bro, and hopefully things work out for the better in terms of your family and how they're internalizing this whole situation. So it's wild how low we've begun to stoop, bro. There's a difference. Oh, G Prada says it's wild to say how low we've begun to stoop, bro. There's a difference between gangster rap and murder music. Like, that shit was unheard of years ago.
Hold on, wait a second, stop, bro. Relax.
Hold on.
I didn't push it hard, guys. I'm only tapped it. I know it sounded harder, but it wasn't hard. It sounded louder. I promise I didn't knock it.
Yeah, it was just we didn't want the AC to.
No, I've seen it do it out the door. Sorry that I started and ruined the shit. I was sorry.
Already?
Okay. I was like, yelling at me. I'm like, bro, I seen it. It wasn't hard.
We thought we didn't. I thought you didn't see it.
No, I literally saw it because the doors open, so that's how I entered. But
and then I didn't know that was going out the back of the door.
My bad. I apologize.
No, bro, you good.
I feel like I got yelled at.
She was coming.
I did. Keen knew I was coming.
Well, like, you didn't tell us you was here.
Oh, I'm just y'all streaming.
I for sure was looking at my
y'all
my
niggas
phone.
Streaming, so I was not finna interrupt. I know how to get here.
You just did. That's all good, you know.
I thought you was going. I thought you was going to text and be like, "Hey, I'm on my
You
way."
didn't have to come on clean, brother. She was just coming from somewhere and going.
Wuss is coming from somewhere.
Okay.
So I was just here chilling.
Hey, Rube.
What's up, Rube?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I just I got yelled at.
Nah, bro. It's not. It was.
lit.
Nah, bro. It's
I
not.
realized I don't got a splitter.
Huh?
I don't got a splitter.
Ah, shit.
What for what? Weed?
So you
Before we listen to music.
Oh.
Well, just anything, like any audio.
Yeah.
Okay, do your thing.
Getting
But
middle,
you need
man.
to,
Oh, bet. Okay, bet.
you're not gonna be able to hear what we hear. And that's
I
all
mean,
I'm
I can still talk my shit to whatever the fuck y'all saying, I guess.
Yeah.
Make it work, make it do what it do.
We might be able to like maybe up the audio.
Volume?
Yeah, the volume, so maybe you can hear it.
I mean,
like
we
that
could.
type
Oh,
shit.
my
Oh,
bad.
you good, bro?
Make sure.
YNG Cheese. He's a son of somebody's, right?
Yeah, Gillie. We was
I
talking
seen
about
that,
we was talking about Gillie and Wallo. We probably should have did this shit first, cause I don't like the fact that we had to like laugh and, you know, crack jokes
Y'all
and shit
laughed
like
at
that.
it? No, oh yeah, you gotta be...
No, not at this. The shit that we did before. We was
No.
talking about the XXL cipher and shit. And we were laughing and cracking jokes and stuff like that. And it's like, I wish that we should have did this topic at the beginning to kind of get it out the way, because now we got to like...
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
That's very true. So in a real journalism, when you're doing like, you got to be cautious of your stories.
Uh-huh.
And so, like you're saying, you want to be cautious of where you place certain stories or topics because of the mood and what it gives. So,
Yeah.
So next, yeah. So for sure, that's
Definitely should have.
What
Definitely
you're
should
saying
have.
is right. Yeah.
On God. And for those who don't know too, Lamar works in that field, so he knows how that shit goes and how niggas need to, play certain shit and do certain shit. So that's very valid.
So you think about
Now that when I
newscasting-
look back at it, it's like fuck, we should have did that first.
Anchors
but-
and newscasting, 5 o'clock news, they place their stories in order of like you gotta depict the mood, so you gotta know what you're trying to give, so you do gotta be mindful of that. Or the story you can be like, oh, we ha, and then it's like, let's talk about this nigga that got killed.
Yeah, and that's
And it's like, damn, nigga, you want me to went from happy to sad,
to
so
sad,
get out
just
the
that,
way.
just that quickly type shit.
And then lighten the mood and like build a mood from there. So you order your stories based on the moods of the story.
I know that now.
Right, it's all good.
That motherfucker just turned Super Saiyan. God damn. But do you have anything to say about the topic? Do you know anything about Gillie and
No,
Wallo?
I've seen it, and I don't tend to dive into negative topics, stuff like this. I scroll past a lot of topics like this on a daily, TMZ. I follow a lot of the media platforms, not because I don't care, but because it's mentally draining.
Yeah.
And so I don't be wanting negative environment. So a lot of times whether it's celebrities beefing, celebrities got shot, anything that's negative, it takes for the shit to be down my timeline 20 million times, or for like you to say, hey,
for you to pay attention to it.
and then I'd be like, oh yeah, I heard about that. Like, but most time I be skipping past shit. Like, lighter mood is like, Jerika was in the hot tub yesterday talking about the whole McDonald's. A child got burned by a McDonald's chicken nugget, and her family won a lawsuit for it. And I remember seeing McDonald's chicken nugget and something. But I didn't read it. I typically be scrolling. Like, I be looking for happy, fun shit.
Yeah.
But anything that's like breaking news, I be scrolling past that shit until it's like forced in my face. Ice Spice beefing with whoever, or Nicki Minaj beefing.
Man, I wish you should have been here earlier for the debate me and Swole had with Ice Spice.
Oh, I
well,
Ice Spice.
I mean, I know both of y'all feel the same way, nigga.
Shit
I
cool,
don't
but
know.
he's obsessed.
But wait, hold on. Let's stay on topic though. The Gillie and Wallo.
So yeah, I don't know who either of these two gentlemen are.
Okay.
Don't know who they are.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't know who they are.
They're like one of the biggest podcasts in hip hop culture.
What's their podcast?
$1 million worth of game.
$1 million.
Oh wait, so I do know that podcast.
Yeah.
Gillie is one of the hosts.
Gillie and Wallo, both of them.
Oh, Wallo.
Yeah.
Okay, because it
Yeah.
says Gillie the King, so I didn't know that.
Wallo is Gillie's son, but Wallo is on the podcast.
So it's Wallo and Gillie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the dude that died. is Gillie.
They're like the that's the co-host.
Okay, so I do know.
duo.
So I do know that. I didn't know their names though. I don't
yeah.
watch their podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know who they. I'm familiar with the show.
Yeah.
So one of the show's sons. That's why it makes sense.
Yeah, one of the host sons passed away.
See how what I just said? I don't be knowing half the time because I skip past shit.
Yep.
Also, you want any water? You want anything to drink? You
water
want
here's
some
good.
chips?
You got chips?
I don't
I got
even,
some
there's
Doritos
not even
and
like
cheese
much Jack
dip.
Daniels left if you want
Nope.
some Jack Daniels.
Doritos.
Are there some Doritos left?
Yep, right here.
Okay.
Doritos and water and
yeah.
some Cheetos here too.
Yeah, go crazy.
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
For sure.
That's what I niggas. I'm low-key hungry.
Yeah, we off for edible and we
Yeah, I'm off for liquor and
lick.
that's it.
Of course.
Alex.
Wouldn't be Lamar if you weren't.
Fuck you, bro. I'm so sick of y'all niggas. So sick of y'all.
I mean, I was surprised. I don't think anybody
But I'm
was.
here.
We're glad that you're here, bro.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah, you. That was the situation though that we had with
How you died?
shooting.
Direct or standby? Bystander.
I don't know
Yeah,
the legitimacy of what happened. I just know it was a
seemed like they
shooting and
had
there
it.
was 3 injured, I believe, and he was the one that ended up passing away out of the shooting.
Yeah. It seems like they haven't released much background.
Yeah, they
on
haven't
the
released
shooting.
much much about the story. They just said that it was a shooting between, I don't know, a certain situation. So, what I'm afraid of and what I hope though is that this doesn't make Gillie say, "Oh, nah, fuck, we got to get these niggas." Because when it comes down to like internalized beef within like the street and shit like that, bro, that shit happens and it lasts forever and it
told you, I
goes
told you the other
on
day, you know.
and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Bro, when I lived in the hood, nigga, in South Central, there are certain niggas, the niggas beef with certain hoods off of shit that happened in the 1970s and the 1960s.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. It's whoever did it is who did it. And nigga, it's fuck that whole set. Fuck that block. Fuck who they
And
are.
it's his
Fuck
son, so it's
all
different.
of that. Whoever your affiliation, your association, fuck you. That's literally how it goes. So I hope this isn't the case. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? It's how we be like that for each other, but we not like that to white people.
We forgive them.
We forgave them niggas.
Or
We forgive them.
you just talk
And they
shit,
ain't
but
even
don't
give
do no
us no
action.
reparations.
Huh?
You
But
just talk
there's
shit.
action with this shit. A
Well,
lot of
there's no
action.
action. It'd be like we talk.
Yeah.
But we're not finna kill the police officer that killed XYZ
Yeah.
or the white man that did. We don't do that.
Or we-
At all.
That's why
And
the
we let
black
that
on
shit
black crime is always the counteract. They be like, but what about? And we be like, don't use that as an excuse. But it's true.
Yeah.
We easy to like go get our lick back
Yeah.
against our own.
Mm-hmm.
But we not getting our lick back against a white person.
Nope. So don't.
Brainwash.
G Brada say the idea of get back is fucked, bro. Yeah, bro, but that's how the streets operate, gang. That's quite literally how the streets operate, and it's unfortunate, bro. It sucks that that's how these niggas move. You feel me? Because it's like, it's literally a beef that happened years ago, and you would think that, you know, between those individuals, well, if shit is raps now, you should probably move on, but like, it don't work that way, bro. And you know, unfortunately, that's how the culture is. But then again, I used to have like. And maybe I'm not trying to speak in justification of gangs and Crips, Bloods and shit like that. I'm not trying to speak in justification of it. But like when you're in it, you see why it's a thing. You see why it's a culture. You see, because that's literally what they grew up in, what their environment is, that's what they're around, and you're a product of your environment. And niggas don't even go to Beverly Hills. Niggas don't even go to Santa Monica. Niggas don't even go, they don't go outside of what they know. They don't do it. You know what I'm saying? They feel uncomfortable doing shit like that. On a regular basis, they just, unless they're going and like, you know, going to the beach or, you know, turning up or whatever the case is, they don't do it. They stay where they're at. You know what I'm saying? And it's a completely different story. And those who don't know what California is, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica are like high-end places where all the white people are at, and that's where they congregate, and that's how they live, and that's their thing. Niggas that stay in South Central don't do no shit like that. And I realized this when I came over, and you feel me? Like, and I remember when I came and I graduated fresh from college, and one of the homies was telling me, he was just like, hey, bro, you know, like, I wish I graduated. Like, I wish I went to college. I wish I was, you was in the dorms, like, you lived on campus, and da-da-da-da. Like, they was fascinated, nigga. I swear to God, I put on everything I love. And they wanted to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they're literally in that environment. You feel me? And it's just the culture, it's what they know.
But there's also another side to it that, like, when you think of that, because, I mean, like, people always associate us, fraternities, we're in 3 different fraternities,
Yeah.
with gang culture.
Right.
We low-key act that way. And when you think about it, I'm not saying women are exempt, but when you think about men, the biggest thing that we're prideful. And so you always, when you think about gang culture, think about fraternity culture, you believe in a certain thing, y'all. You fought for something, you believe in something, you got these ideas of it. So it's hard to be like, look aside of that. It'd be like, oh, you talking about Crips, you talking about Blood, you talking about Signals, you talking about Alphas, you talking about whoever. Like,
Yeah.
you talking about this. So like, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? You be prideful in that moment. So it's hard to like be like, oh, let me be mature about this situation because you disrespected whatever group I represent. No, nigga, I gotta get my lick back because nigga, you tried it, and
Yeah.
I feel passionate about it. And don't let liquor and bitches and be an influence. 'Cause when bitches are around liquor and you got both of them, oh, niggas is super prideful. Niggas gotta be cocky. Like, it's a lot.
That's valid.
And so that whole lick back shit is just like, you know, the whole get back shit like he mentioned, just like it's a thing. Like,
Yeah.
people just feel like you don't want to be pussy. You don't want to be soft.
Yeah.
They talking about gang culture? Oh, they definitely don't believe in that shit. Like,
Bro.
nigga, nah. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be that way trying to get into the game. So when you get into it, you automatically think that way. Like, I can't never let nobody like step on me and try me like on some fuck shit because I ain't with that. Like, what the fuck you? Nah, nigga.
And that's what it's literally fueled by, bro. It's stripes. It's the respect that you get. It's how you respond to certain shit. It's what you do in certain occasions, and you know how you react and what you doing when you know, like if you getting jumped by like a few niggas or nigga, how you react, like how many niggas you killed or whatever the case is. Like, you get respect in the streets for the shit that you do when it comes down to shit like that. And if you react in a way where none of the niggas don't think it's like for you to, like one of the niggas don't think you should react, nigga, you lose respect. Like, if there's a nigga that's calling you out in your hood and you with your kids, and well, I don't know, that might be a different story because niggas look at things differently when you with your family. At least from South Central.
That's
I don't
true.
know how. I mean, when Gillie was talking about how niggas react in Philadelphia, that's different. But like, nigga, if you are, by yourself, you with the homies or whatever the case is, and nigga, and you get called out like, nigga, oh no, fuck, woo, 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 fuck 40s, fuck 30s, fuck, woo, woo, woo. And nigga, you don't stand on the set that you claim, nigga, that's pussy. You weird for that. And like you gotta, it don't matter if the nigga got a blower, whatever the fuck. It does not matter, nigga. You need to be on what you stand on. And if you not doing that, nigga, you pussy and they don't fuck with you. It's literally that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's literally the culture and how shit is. And again, and I kind of say all of this to kind of tie back into, I pray that none of that is the situation when it comes down to Gillie the King, because I know the heartbreak and I know the angst and the emotional, instability that somebody can be dealing with whenever your son is taken away from you. So I get it, especially when you came from the streets and you know how you would react if one of your homies got killed, or if one of the big homies got killed, or whatever the situation is, you know how you would normally react. So because you have this platform and because you stand for something in a positive light, you did this shit already and you don't do it anymore. I just pray that nothing comes of this, and y'all deal with the situation in the best manner that you can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
So if somebody said fuck the Qs, you be like, oh, we gotta
nigga,
fight.
I'm going up, nigga. Shoot me in the motherfucking face. They say fuck the Qs, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. I can't stand. I'm not finna. So I'm not going. I'm not as a nigga.
Y'all be trying to fight them?
Nah,
nigga, you know my chapter.
I'll be like, oh, one of the brothers probably fucked.
We did fight.
We are
the Qs and the Sigmas did fight. I was actually I did your
y'all
event.
Some gangs for real.
Huh?
Y'all some gangs for real.
No, bro. So when I went down, I showed the Crips. When I showed them our parties, they literally said they was all around. They was like in a whole circle, and I said, yeah, these are our parties. And then they was like, oh, y'all niggas look like us. Like that's literally what they said. You know what I'm saying? It's not we're just an organized gang, bro.
Yeah. Well, y'all is an organized gang, cause I would probably be like, oh, one of the brothers probably just fucked this bitch or something. He's just mad,
y'all fight each other.
Whatever.
You're in an organized gang too, nigga. You are in an organized gang too.
We don't come for like we will obviously if that comes to it. But I'm saying if somebody said fuck the noobs, I'll be like,
instead of beefing with other orgs, y'all beef with each other.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm letting you know.
I'm just saying if we do though, we keep it amongst each other.
No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
I know all y'all business. I know all y'all business.
You want to know why that's cap?
I know all y'all business.
Want to know why that's cap?
I'm saying y'all might know about it, but it's not with y'all.
Well, I'm about to spade you right now.
There are some.
I'm about to spade you because you did it.
What you mean?
We was at Saints and Sinners.
Oh.
And there was a nigga that was shimmying.
Yeah.
And you called him over, and you was
I'm
like,
agreeing with y'all.
No, nigga, that's kind of like beef that you called out though. He was an innocent bystander. And did you have? Oh, maybe you didn't have an inclination that he wasn't a noob. I had an inclination that he wasn't a Kappa.
Of course.
So like when you called him over and you said, "Hey, bro, you a Kappa?" And then he was just like, "What was his response?" Oh,
no,
nah. And then you was like, "We are."
And bro been came when he was like, yeah, I thought y'all was like, he felt offended. He's like, damn, I thought y'all was like friendly and brotherly to everybody, even none in your org. And so he really was offended that.
You don't remember when I was laughing hard as fuck when you said that, bro?
But I mean,
no, but I get your point. Why you're not wrong.
Oh shit!
I don't understand.
But that means like, bro, like it's like you telling a nigga, hey, nigga, like kick back. Like we do this over here. Like you don't. That's you kind of bossing up on, bro. But I don't know if you okay. Maybe you don't look at it that way. I do.
But that's different though. Like he's talking about somebody that was purping his org versus we're talking about like our orgs beefing.
Oh, okay.
But one thing about their chapter, which I'll give them credit for, they never. And they don't.
Nah, they was never in none of that shit.
The same way they don't really stroll like that unless they want to. They don't really be in beef like that.
Yeah, that's facts.
The only beef we really had was like
Sigmas and Qs.
That first line of them was really the beef of us and them.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Everybody else, I mean, I was cool with some niggas on that first line, and I was cool with everybody else on the rest of them. Everybody else was my niggas. But that's the difference. Yeah. And then we were cool in. We had that little run in and buddy club and da 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 da. And then yeah.
You was there?
I was in the car dead, sleep, drunk.
Oh, that's right.
Out.
I think we talked about that, about how I wasn't there and you wasn't there.
I was in the car. I was there, but I passed out beforehand, so I didn't go inside the club. And all I know is I heard was a pow pow, and niggas running the car, and Ball Boy, I don't want to say his name on screen, but bleeding, and because he punched the car and he got in that car, we had to take him to the hospital. He wasn't in your org yet, but he was interested. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
G.
So, yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I walked up to him, jumping in the car, bleeding, and was like, "Nigga, you know, skirt."
That's why we had to decide. We had to decide. We were like, yeah, we were like, okay, well, he chose a side, so
no, because he was definitely outside.
Yeah,
like all his best friends were us. Like he liked y'all, but he was. It's what it is.
Yeah.
But I can see how that night is like, you chose a side that night, which because he always gonna fight for us.
And that's why we was like,
we was the closest friends. So I'm not mad at him for choosing.
And we wasn't mad at it either. But it's also like at the end of the day,
like if we ever have
if some shit were to happen, it's like
choose them niggas over us.
Exactly,
which is true.
You know,
he will. As he should.
Yeah.
G Prada says, shit remind me of this one quote I heard about war. War is a place where the young kill one another without knowing or hating each other because of the decision of old people who know and hate each other but don't kill each other. Like gang beefs will predate everybody in the gang, but they still stay true to it.
War is a place where the young kill one another. Where the young kill one another without knowing and hating each other. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's valid. That's valid. But there's a trait to it. Yeah, no, everything. Yeah, all of that is valid, bro. All of that is very valid, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about like gangs and the beefs and where it started and how like why niggas don't fuck with other hoods or whatever, or niggas will whack out other hoods. I didn't know shit about none of that, bro, until I started hanging with them niggas. And then I was just like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget this shit, bro. And this is what like how it couldn't. Kind of, I don't want to say it scared me, but it kind of made me realize like this what makes you kind of like associated or affiliated when you out and you chilling with the homies or whatever. And I remember this nigga told me, he was like, bro, if we ever get caught up in a beef, or nigga, if we encounter the enemy or whatever, nigga, you better fight for us, nigga. You better be in it don't fucking matter, nigga. You better fight for us, nigga. Or what up, like nigga, like you better, you know what I'm saying? Or we gonna DP you. DP is when it's not double penetration, okay? For those who think it is not that. It is discipline, basically. Discipline, I don't know what it's discipline or something, whatever the situation is, but that's what that means. Meaning, niggas is still, like, the homies from your hood will jump you if you don't do some shit that you need to do in a situation. So, I was like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, again, prayers and thoughts and condolences. Hopefully nothing bad comes out of this YNG cheese situation.